after her talking about Will and her talking about her son, it goes along with exactly what I was going to speak about. Um, I'm just going to share a little bit about some of the things that Ray and I have been through the last 4 years. It's been hard. But one way to express love for God is to be concerned with the spiritual welfare of our children and to watch for opportunities to bring them into a faithful relationship with God. The godly training of our children should be a concern of parents. Spiritual and instruction must be centered in the home, with both the father and the mother taking part. Devotion to the Lord in the home is not an option. It is a direct commandment from Him. The purpose of parental instruction is to teach the children to fear the Lord, to walk in all of His ways, to love and appreciate Him, and to serve Him with all their heart and all their soul. For me, all I ever wanted to be from the time I was, I don't even know, 3, was to be a mom. That's all I wanted to do. People would say, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Mom. But the Lord blessed me with a really great husband, 3 wonderful boys. And in Deuteronomy 6:5-7, it says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. And these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise." Ray and I have always raised our boys in church. Will's first time in church, he was 6 days old. Sorry, y'all. We always taught them about the Lord and the Bible and what He expects of us. And also, in Deuteronomy 11:18-21, it says, "You shall therefore lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your soul, and you shall bind them as a sign on your hand. They shall be as frontlets between your eyes. You shall teach them to your children, talking of them when you are sitting in your house, when you are walking by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. You shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates, that your days and the days of your children may be multiplied in the land that the Lord swore to your fathers to give them, as long as the heavens are above the earth." So as we raised our boys in church, I was young, I was naive, thinking, we got them in church. We won't have to deal with some of the stuff that these other people deal with. Whew, I was wrong. So when our oldest turned 16, it was like someone had flipped a switch. He would sneak out at night. He was hanging out with different group of people than before. So we decided to pull him from day school and put him in night school. That turned out to be the worst decision we could have ever made. 6 weeks in, and one night I got a call that no parent wants to get. They told me to get to the school as soon as possible. They were taking Will by ambulance to the hospital. They told me they were able to get him back, but his oxygen was at 73, and he had overdosed on a liquid version of a narcotic in a vape. The Lord saved him that night. In the next few months, he did it 2 more times. Same thing. So they sent him to a behavioral health hospital for 5 days. That didn't help. He came out worse than he went in. He's been in and out of jail, in mental hospitals for about a year. That went on. As a parent, all I could do was pray, fast, and pray some more. I felt hopeless, defeated, and a lot of times all I could say is, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. even though I didn't have any. There were times that I begged God to help him. Even if he had to sacrifice me to save him, please, just take me. It was the hardest time in our lives. But I also knew that it says in the Bible to train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. So I kept begging God to change him. Well, he finally got in some major trouble that put him in jail for 8 months. During this time, I was also going through my mom with her battling cancer alone because of COVID. Nobody could be there. We couldn't go to her house and visit her. We couldn't go around her. So we did keep her in the dark some. But that's what we had to do. Couldn't see my son because of COVID. And then I fell into a dark depression. I was done. I was over it. All I was defeated and broken. I felt that God had just left me, and I had failed. But with the help of 2 women in the Lord, I made it and survived something that I almost let take me out. There were several other things that happened that was major once he's been out of jail. But because I never gave up, and these ladies didn't either, and the Lord never gave up on me. But now, in the past 5 months, he's done a complete change. He's happy, healthy, getting his life back in order. So, that's really all I have, but that was just, there were days I couldn't even get out of bed. I didn't want to be anywhere but by myself. But God answered my prayers. And he's still doing it, because I look and sometimes he's standing up here when 5 months ago you would barely catch him sitting on the back pew. So I thank God for what he's done in our family and in our son and what he's going to do.